Balls Head, just across the harbour on the other side of the city in North Sydney. So you can start the Balls Head walk at Waverton, and you can go by bus to Waverton, or you can go to the Waverton train station. There's the train station there. It looks pretty cute, little old-fashioned looking thing. And there's an interesting shot of the train that goes through a tunnel after that. And you can walk down past the little village Waverton shops, get anything you need on the way through, and head on down to Balls Head. Go past a Navy base. And it's a nice little walk down from the train station down to Balls Head itself. And as you arrive down to the start of Balls Head, there's an Indigenous foods garden. And they've got some pretty good signage telling you what kind of plants equal good Indigenous foods in that garden. And there in the middle you can see the first of what was many bush turkeys on this walk around Balls Head. A late afternoon walk, a bit rainy, but still worthwhile. There's also some Indigenous carvings, a whale and some fish. They're a bit hard to see on this super rainy day. But if you take your time and stand there, you can see the markings in the rock of the whale and some fish. And the buildings you can see there on the right hand side are parts of the coal loader. Been there for a long time, since they used to load coal on and off ships. And now they're markets, cafe and a shared local garden. Some pretty good views start out towards the harbour, and that's the inner harbour that you're seeing. So you're starting to see things like Cockatoo Island out there. And we'll go through that little gate in a second. But they've upgraded the whole interior aspect of the old coal loader area so that you can have picnics. There's barbecues down there. The kids can like scooter or whatever they want to do, round and round. And there's a piano down there underneath that walkway on the right hand side, just out of the rain. And you can play on the piano outdoors if you like. And a view back over to some of the other things that we've seen in the inner harbour before. And then back out onto the road that does a loop around Balls Head itself. Cars, it's shared, cars and walking, but it is about 10 k's an hour, so it's a really nice if you want to walk it with family. Bush turkey, super friendly this one. Thought he was going to follow me around the walk. They're super cute when they're little brown bundles of fluff. And then heading up the start of the Balls Head track. And I thought that little guy was going to follow the whole way. Cars go around to the left, clockwise. I don't know if it's the Virgo in me, but I really struggle to go any other way but the clockwise way, so I always go left and clockwise as well. And you can walk your dog around, but you do have to keep your dog on a lead. You can start to get a glimpse maybe of the harbour bridge through that foliage there, and the city over there as well. Really close to the city itself, but fantastic if you need a quick green bathing immersion experience. You can start to see the city through the rain there. And I think it's only maybe 1.5 k's the loop. Take you about 20 minutes to walk around. But there are all tracks all through. You can see a track goes off there to the right hand side. So there's all tracks that crisscross across it, and then tracks that kind of weave around off to the left of the path as well. So there are lots of options. You don't have to stay on the roadway. And a couple of really good picnic areas around. That's one down there on the left. Barbecue, nice area, tables and chairs. And you can head off onto tracks like this one, off onto the left. And you can just walk down these pathways, super well signed, easy to find. We'll come back to that one in a second. Some beautiful views through those trees. And you can see the Harbour Bridge, a little bit of North Sydney on the left there in the distance, and out on the right the city of Sydney coming into view. So a great, pretty secluded spot if you want to get some great views back across to the city. Even on a rainy day it was good, so we'll do another one of these on a sunny day and get you some better photos as well. But even on a rainy day it was impressive. And then we'd straight back out and up onto the roadway. You can just start to see there's like amenities, the toilets there on the right hand side in a building. More bush turkeys, and on the right hand side there you can park your car if you want to drive up to the closer to the lookout or closer to one of the picnic spots. A bigger bush turkey there. And a bit of info, a map of Bull's Head, what it looks like a weird foot that sticks out, and you basically do a loop around that. Another one of the picnic spots. And I just doubled back to the top of that picnic spot because then there was a kookaburra in there on the flagstone wall there in the middle, coming up in the middle of the screen. So it definitely was bird afternoon. There were about 1,000 bush turkeys, kookaburra, and later on magpie and lorikeets. So he's just sitting there waiting for someone to cook some sausages on the barbecue that he can swoop in and eat. And the trees are just beautiful. Lots of Angophora, which are Sydney red gums. You can see those big red kind of red-coloured tree trunks on the Angophora, the Sydney red gums, and they just won the 2023 Eucalyptus of the Year. And stacks of harbour views as you loop around the track. More bush turkeys, of course. I think if you look really closely too at these trees, there's some bush turkeys roosting in some of the branches. You have to look pretty closely. Helps if drips don't go on the lens. And that's a walk that particularly takes in the Angophora, those tall red Sydney red gums. And kind of coming to a close of the loop and wondering if this is the little guy that started off the walk with me earlier. It's friendly enough. And just a beautiful banksia there as well. And so we're finishing the loop here, and that's that rejuvenated picnic area that they have now. They're at the coal loader. And now starting to head back out from Bull's Head, back past the old coal loader buildings. That gateway that we saw earlier right at the beginning. I'm heading up a different but parallel path back out to the main road so that we can walk back up to Waverton. There's a couple more glimpses through there of the city. And these two magpies, the smaller one is the baby one, it's noisier. And then back up the pathway towards Waverton Village and train station. And on the way I encountered a stack of lorikeets in this tree, like I don't know, a good 8 to 10 lorikeets in the tree. So it was a great, easy little afternoon walk around Bull's Head.